Hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of Pirate Chain, friends of crypto price charts, friends of Bitcoin. I'm A. Giuliano. It is the 13th of October. It's a Wednesday, and I'm here to share with you a Bitcoin price chart. Let's take a look. As you likely know, the BTC USD price has been increasing. Well, while the altcoin BTC prices, for the most part, have been slumping, dumping, just all around thumping. So what's going on? Well, I think there's a bit more room for the Bitcoin to keep going up, but it's reaching its last legs of this current wave up, which started, let's say, around the 29th of September, and overall since the downturn, the move down, which turned back up, the reversal around the 21st, 22nd September. Okay, so there's a few reasons why I'm thinking like this. It's like a short-term down and then long-term up. Like imagining here, okay. Imagining firstly, a lot of people, and I think so as well, that we're after the move from the highs to the lows, which was our correction, we're now in a wave formation where we had something going on. Maybe, I don't know what it starts looking like, but in terms of relationships, but this idea that we hit a wave up, a wave down, and now we are moving back up. So within this move itself, we can take a closer look on the 4-hour time frame and say, all right, well, what does it look like? What has happened? Can we use some extensions? Let's remove this. It's not very relevant currently. Let's remove the Bollinger Bands, although we're nearing the top of it. But anyway, I'm not going to use it for now. It doesn't really matter for this. I'm just going to use some Fibonacci ideas and just some overall moves. Okay. So I'm taking this move here, okay, and trying to see, all right, are we done? Is this the top here? Okay, and then top, down, and then further down here, or are we fitting to make the final top before coming down? Obviously, there's the other option, which is making not a top, but maybe an a top has been made, and we're around here, and then we're going higher for a higher high. But for all intents and purposes, and based on some of the lagging indicators here, like for example, RSI starting to show some, well, based on where this price goes. See, if this price starts going higher, it will continue a bearish divergence. If it doesn't go higher, well, then we've already hit the bearish divergence from here and here, and it's already making its way lower. So either way, it looks like we are coming towards that finale of this move here before the next correction. So what are some other ideas? What are some areas? Okay, with this here, 4-hour time frame, BTC USD. All right. So move down and now move up. Okay, in this move up, let's just call it from around here, just for the fun of it. Okay, and we'll take the extension here, and if we look around a 261.8, this would make it some sort of a 1, 2, and a 3, and an extended 3 where it hits a 2618 extension. Okay, cool. That's one possibility, in which case now we're starting already this fourth wave and we'd be going down. However, if we take it a little closer, we can start to say just within this move here, not including that first up and down, and we start around here and we say, oops, we say, okay, roughly the first move up, consolidation, second move up, consolidation. The second move up was about 1-to-1. And if we want to look at a 1-6-1-8 to 1, then we'd be reaching up around the 61K. I don't know if we're getting there, but we've gone already 1-to-1 here. And then if we take the next move here, whoops. Well, they give it about a 78.6 if we take it all the way down from here. So that's fine. I'm noticing a lot of 78.6 instead of 61.8 for some extensions. So that could be part of the play, okay? Yeah, so basically the idea is that we could be reaching just the final terminal movement to the upside before the next downturn. And that downturn, so let's imagine, okay, we took this move here and we take it to that 2618, that's good. From here, okay, let's imagine already it's like a 1-to-1 from down here. So if we took this extension, this move 1-on-1, we already are close to a 1-to-1 if we were to start from down here, okay? So, and if not, I mean, even just using some sort of 61.8 is around 58,000, which is roughly around already our dotted lines resistance that we had already plotted. So yeah, that looks like a potential move there. It looks like we could be going around the 58.5 and then moving down, or we are roughly around the time where it's ending. But I get the sense it could still go a little higher. But again, maybe not. Maybe we are at the time when it's downturn time. Yeah, my bias would say up before down, but overall down within the next short while, whether it's a few days or less. Okay, so I think when we take the daily, start to see this a little bit more decently. So take our extensions. Okay, so there roughly is the 261.8 roughly here. So we could even say we're already making that fifth wave here. The 261.8 would be the third wave. You know, we'd make it all the way up to here. Roughly, you see the 261.8, and then correct down, and then finally up for a fifth wave. In which case, we are making a 1-to-1 with that first wave, which is reasonable. In fact, it's a stronger move. You know, 1-to-1 with that first wave. So we took that first wave distance, and we start from here down here, and you see, okay, we're making it towards that first 1-to-1. So we already made it up here. So yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I get the sense we're ready to downturn overall in the next little bit. And again, when we look at this, I mean, the only thing here, it's not super clear whether we're building any divergence, but on the way up we were. So we're sorry, on the way up we were not, but now we potentially are. We just made a little higher peak, but anyway, this is a daily. So on the 4 hour, it's starting to look like it's ready to turn over. So it might still have some up movement in the daily. Again, this is daily. I mean, we could still show a little bit of potential strength here, but it's not really, you know, the majority of the move up has happened. So anyway, this could be the shape it takes. Otherwise, it could be a bit more wide of a shape. But either way, around the 58.5 to 61, like this kind of zone here, looks like this next resistance point, like we've already considered. And if that is the case, Well, what would that retracement look like? So from the 58.5, let's take it. And that roughly gives us about a 51,500 USD is the 38.2 retracement. And that's, that's pretty reasonable area. I mean, we might even be looking at 52,500 just to stay above that. But either way, this would just be, this wave here, I just want to make a point here. This wave here, this would not be the 3. I might have mistaken you by drawing it like that before, where maybe this was here. That's definitely, I don't remember if I did that, but that's not the consideration. Consideration is that this itself would be within there, making its own. That would be, that move there would actually be, let's say, the third wave. That kind of an idea before making the fifth of the third. Anyway, that kind of idea. Basically, I'm talking about degree. So I think that this move here, this move here, whatever this is, okay, and what's going to happen here is actually a smaller degree. Okay, this is a smaller degree than this. Okay, this one is a bigger degree, part of a bigger move. This smaller degree is part of a bigger degree that's the same degree as this. Does that make sense? I think so. So the move is a bigger degree, the one that is a part of this up and down. We have a bigger degree coming. Sorry, a bigger move, which is the same degree. Bigger move, which is the same degree. Okay, I hope I haven't been too confusing in this one. Overall, it seems like a downward bias in the shorter term. It could go up first and then down, but basically looks like we'll be correcting in this smaller degree wave movement compared to this. I think that this here is similar degree as, these parts of the bigger up moves. Okay, it's like one of these. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Anyway, so for now, I think that's it. We'll see what happens, but that's the basic idea on the BTC, and then everything else. That's why if it looks like even for the alts, they don't look like they're ready to completely turn around yet. But and of course, if BTC starts dumping right now or very soon, then in the next day or 2 or 3 even, then the alts will continue to bleed first before stabilizing at whatever is their dollar price going to be with their alt BTC price. So this means that if BTC keeps going up first, okay, which it looks like it might, then the alts will still continue to bleed. And then as BTC dumps, the alts will continue to bleed, but then at some point they will stabilize and BTC can take that move. And let's just play for fun, okay, before we end. And we'll look at some targets in the sense of, okay, we did a 1-to-1 target here and we found that 72,000. So that'll probably be a significant level of some sort of resistance or support. Well, probably resistance, because unless there's stuff that plays around, we'll see what ended up happening. It'll be a significant level, I imagine. Now, there's always significant levels. How many significant levels are there, right? So it's nothing huge to write home about. Next idea is then using this trend line here, I get the sense that after we make whatever down move, and then we're going to make some sort of up move. I don't know what it's going to be, and then eventually we'll get there, and then some point we'll go even more of a moonshot. And I don't know the time frame this is going to be. Not sure exactly we're going to touch it when or where, but it feels like there's going to be some sort of interaction at some point on a correction. Not here, maybe as the third wave corrects, So from like 100K down to the trend line, that could be viable. So if that's the case though, that's cool. If not, we might have a bit of an issue. We might be reaching the end of bull market in the sense that, yep, a lot of people are calling for the end of 2021 to be the end of the bull market. So that's fine too. So either way, let's take some more localized targets and say, okay, if we retrace this move 38.2, it's roughly around 51,500. So we'll take that 51,500 and we'll extend this move. So if this is a 1 and a 2, and then the next one is a 3 from the 2,618. So maybe we're going to be ending this whole move at a 361.8. So maybe we're going to be chop until about 59K, and around the 361.8 we'll dump it down. Heck, we might even make it all the way to the all-time high first before dumping it down. Okay, fine, that's all available. Crazier things have happened. All right, we could be finding this bearish divergence start to form over the course of 2 to 4 weeks, you know. But anyway, like that's a bit more extreme. If that's where we go, I get the sense too many people are feeling bullish, so maybe we need to at some point turn them around, just even short term. Okay, so that was the potential of this, you know, let's call it third wave of this little intermediate situation here. Then after that happens, let's retrace from about the 58.5. Let's be conservative, and let's say you retraced from 58.5, and we're saying that was an extended wave. So we're going to take this and we'll take a 1-to-1 from around here, and we take. We don't really. Oops. Okay. So if we take that third wave and we take it about there, and we come down to our 50K level. So there was our 1-to-1 again. It will confluence with that's around 72,500 level. But it's the 1,618 which starts to come into play, and we start hitting into those 90,000 levels. And that's where we start getting a wave that's the same degree as this wave here. So a wave that's the same degree as this wave, I think, takes us into the 90,000s, up to about 100,000. All right. And if we want to play that game, we can do an extension from here, okay, and show that the 1,618. So the 1-to-1 is around that 72.5, right? We already found it. The 1,618 is around 100K. So this is where, and then of course, if we want to play like we just saw, we went to a 2,618 here. And if we want to play that, that's pretty strong. I don't know if that'll be on this move where we make it to 179K before retracement, but hey, you never know. Seems like the 1,618 is more reasonable before a significant retracement because hey, 100K psychological, you know. Plus, people might think, oh, it's all over, and that might just be an intermediate part of this bull market before going even higher. But who knows? We'll see what ends up happening at that point with the sentiment. So either way, I hope this has been enjoyable, entertaining, informative on some level. Yeah, I get a good sense about this. I tend to not even want to include this part here. I just like to look at this impulse here on its own and see when we look at it that way, then we start to look at a few more levels that will also come into play. If we take this as one, then we see a 1-to-1. So move up, 1, down, move up, 1 to 1, okay? And then from there, from here, we would, oops, if this is a 1 to 1, which usually would be a 1618, so we take it like this, okay? And so, yeah, I could definitely see it getting, let's say, close to the 61 before coming down and then finding its way higher into that fifth wave. And when we take the external relationship of this 1 to 1 move, we take the external relationship and we take a 1618, we get around that 73,000 again. So I get the sense that overall we get a good chance to round out at about the 73,000 for this move. And again, it might be one of these narrow sideways moves. This just might be that, again, that intermediate part, and then we keep going up and sideways and making our way towards this 73,000 before correcting. And yeah, so just some ideas and some pathways to get there. I hope this has been entertaining and enjoyable, and we will come around the next time. All right. Good. Take care of yourself. Love, peace, happiness. Goodbye.